All right, so I waited till 8:15. I know that I'm late. Shout out to Bajangles, who's been waiting for me to come live. We can go over here, I guess, and talk a little bit about the market while we wait to see if Bebe can make it. If he can't, it's kind of on me, guys. He was ready to stream last night. I was tired. I probably still look tired. Work's been really, really busy. And I totally spaced on the fact that there was a town hall yesterday, and I hadn't watched it yet. And it seemed kind of silly to do it into the Splinterverse on a town hall night without having watched the town hall. And then Baby totally tricked me. I asked him if it was a good town hall, and he said, yeah, not really. It was kind of boring. Let me see exactly what he said. You haven't missed that much. That's what he said. I said, never do, I was like, well, did I miss a lot? Did something happen? And he's like, oh, you didn't miss much. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Now that I've watched it, because it was pretty wild. So much stuff happened. Yeah, and I listened to the new video. Thanks for giving me a little like on my comment there. And yeah, I did sell some cards when we had a lot, but it's also because I have 3 accounts, so I had a lot of extra cards at the time, and I'm like, wow, I can get all this money for it. And then the amazing thing I did, Bajangles, was I put all that money into the deck liquidity pool on ETH that almost never got used, and I collected a bunch of free land plots for it, and then I ran that DEC up to like a 10x, sold it all, and that's how I had like the $20,000 that I put into Chaos Legion. And that's why it's kind of funny when Chaos Legion like totally tanked and I did terrible on it, and you know it's okay because I'll end up using the cards on land. It didn't feel so bad because I was kind of running with house money at that time, but still not everyone got to play that game, and so I understand why some people are still just waiting for these things to really go up more. I mean, this is kind of nice to see DEC pushing close to 90 cents. It's not nice because I need a lot more DEC. And howdy there to Paul. Good to see you. Good to see you. And, a lot of stuff is just going on in the ecosystem that is really cool. And it was great to have Dave McCoy there. In the town hall. He has a mission, and he's made his mission very clear, guys, and it's to get new players in the door. And if he doesn't get new players in the door, he's going to feel like he failed. And that's a pretty exciting thing from a guy who comes from a pretty professional background of running different companies. And while Dave isn't going to be the one going to the podcast, he's not going to be the one necessarily making all the videos. Well, he might be going to some of the podcasts. He tells a very unique story about Splinterlands, one of, just how special of a project it is, which a lot of us forget about sometimes, that it is a special project. And it is something started by 2 friends who really just wanted to make a game that was fun. It took a community of people who were just kind of checking it out. They helped all of us get more popular on Steam, and then that's why we're all pretty good on Hive. And then a lot of us got a chance to sell our cards for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But so many of us love this game so much that, we watched I'm not the only guy who watched his account go up to $900,000 and come down to $40,000. There's more than a couple of us. Now, I haven't been able to double down and keep buying the way that some of the other players have been able to do. The inflation bug definitely hurt my buying power, unfortunately. But, it's a pretty wild time right now. Yeah. Yeah, things are starting to feel pretty different. I did leave that comment on your show, guys, if things get to the point where, this number is at like 5, 10, 15, 20 cents, and your card start to being worth more, like when your account is worth so much more money than you're comfortable having in crypto, because the rest of your life you don't have that much money, that's when time to at least take some off the table. I had some bad luck with some of that money I took off the table. I put it into some bad places. The big loss I had was I put all my money into Celsius that I was saving to come back and into other projects. And when Celsius went bankrupt, I had $25,000 in cash in there, a quarter of a Bitcoin, 6 Ethereum, a few thousand XRP, um, and like a couple hundred link, and it all disappeared. And so, lesson learned: if it's not in your wallet, it's not really yours. And scammers will say things to convince you they're not scammers. Luckily, it looks like that guy will go to jail. I've gotten a couple payouts back. I've almost gotten all my Bitcoin back, but all my other cryptos and USDC are gone. So it's like I traded all of my coins to keep my Bitcoin. But because of that, it's like, well, I finally got my Bitcoin back, so I don't want to sell it. I just want to sit on my little quarter of a Bitcoin because that was my little Bitcoin stack I was holding. And now the problem is I don't have that extra money to throw into Splinterlands or to throw into any of the other games out there. So, it's one of those things. It's definitely an interesting crypto story, though. It's a fun story to be able to tell. All of that money I lost was money that I made from playing Gala Games, Townstar, and Splinterlands. And it was all sitting in what I thought was kind of like a bank, but it turned out to be a scam project. And, it wasn't the only one. The problem was there were so many in the space last year. And this is one of the reasons why, and I know this is off topic. It's not really off topic, because this is why, in my mind, so many of our projects have failed to explode right now. It's because I'm not the only guy who did this. Even if I'm the only guy, who did it on Celsius, you might know somebody who did it on Voyager, or you might have known somebody that got caught up in the FTX debacle, or you might have been somebody that was really big into that other project that blew up, the stablecoin one. I'm forgetting the name of it right now. Luckily, I missed that one. So, yeah, so far, Tails, I've gotten 2 payouts from Celsius. I got the one big one, I got my stocks, and I got a second one, and a third one is supposed to be coming soon. If you didn't get at least 2 at this point, Tails, they do have a support ticket system that you can open up. The second one was pretty small, but the third one is supposed to be a little bit bigger. So, oh yeah, the Terra Luna. That's right, Inc. But see, so many people in the crypto world just got, like our little extra bags just got shattered. So even as things like XRP has recovered, I lost all my XRP. Even as things like Solana went on a crazy run, people lost all their Solana in FTX. And then when you get those little payouts from those companies, they either come in cash or Bitcoin. And, since all of your other coins are gone, you all of a sudden that bag is like, well, at least I got my Bitcoin, but it's not your liquid money to put into stuff. So it's just a different thing. We're not able to take all those wins we had. Even those of us who took some profit and put it in some places, we don't have those bags. And I'll show you guys something. If you saw my DEC pile, it was at close to 300,000, and now it's 58,000. I'll show you something else I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sell cards. I'm not getting a lot of buyers. So I'll show you. So if I go to my market, to my cards, and I'll click on my for sale here. Let me just double check. Yeah, I haven't got a message yet from Baby, right? Oh, sorry about that, Tails. Yeah, but they do have a way for you to look into it. I'd look up the Aaron Bennett videos on Celsius. He's the guy that I follow for all of my information, and he usually have links to where you need to go to open support tickets and his videos that are about Celsius. You can go through, I think he has a playlist, and find the ones about the second payout, and he's the one who just dropped a video recently talking about the fact that we have a third payout coming. So, what I basically did is I went through and I put cards for sale that I had an extra of. So, like, I had one extra Lorcus, one extra Rage, one extra Tofu, one extra Darth Squirrel. I have a couple extra Monoroths, but I'm trying to just sell one for now. I had an extra Rune sitting around. I had an extra Treant, an extra Agor. Because, like, these single extras to me, they're not that helpful in survival mode. When you lose a max level, are you really going to want to play a level 1 version of any of these cards? No. So, and then I had a couple like little gold cards that were kind of old. And why did I list like some of these ones? I listed these nightmares, but there's no way anyone's going to buy them. It's kind of funny. There's like 4 of these listed, and there was only 1 listed when I listed it. And they wanted like $18 for a gold one. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try to sell mine for like, I think around like $12, but that's still way too expensive. I got some gold failed summoners, and I'm just liquidating some of this stuff, basically because Land 1.75 came out, and it wasn't the big story of the town hall, but it's been the big story of what's affecting me. Sorry, got a bot going here. I might have got beat by my own Lorna Shine. She's the only card I'm currently renting out. I forgot to take her off the market, so I have to wait till I have to cancel that rental and then get her back eventually. I haven't been playing that much, which is a disappointment. I mean, we do have 9 days left, so hopefully I'll get out of Diamond 1. Haven't been playing very well. As you can see, 33-15, much worse than last season. This is why I normally didn't play on the first couple days of a season. I don't want to fight those experts, and this time I went ahead and fought them, and I didn't do too well. I still have a goal of pushing up into at least Champion 2 again, maybe Champion 1 by like I want to do it with about 4 days left, but that only leaves me 5 days, so I'm going to have to play a lot on this weekend. I did limit my bot's energy. I gave myself a little bit more here, 37, so that when I play, I can play more games, or I would have a little bit more. Because then I want to get into survival a little bit earlier. I think too many people are going to do the play where they wait till the end of the season to do it, and if you go in on the very last day, while you can play your deck until there's almost nothing left, you're going to run into some other people doing that, and I think you're going to run into some more difficult battles. So I think if you can get into survival maybe the mid of the season, because you're going to have that early rush for the people who want the big rewards early on. You're going to have that late rush for people who are willing to destroy their deck. It feels like if somehow you could play right now, like if you were good enough to finish off your modern run and get to the ranks you wanted, with like 8 or 9 days left in a season, and then you went and played survival, you might be able to strategically play and still play to where in the last 2 or 3 days you burn away all of your cards, which is kind of an interesting strategy, I think. I'm probably not going to be able to pay it off until work slows down, because I'm just like so mentally spent lately when I get home. I haven't been playing Parallel. I haven't been playing Big Time, and I haven't even been playing Splinterlands. And when I do, I'm doing really poor, so then I just stop. Because if I'm not getting a 2 out of 3 wins after a couple games, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it right now, or I'm running into some players that are just got a better grasp of what wins right now. But, I'm wanting to get back into it. I'm wanting to learn. I think from the town hall today, like the biggest and exciting things to hear is that Splinterlands is going to be kind of a completely different game. It's also kind of daunting. And for the first time, I'm like, wow, maybe I do want to buy Chaos Carnea Sada packs or Chaos Arcana packs, because I didn't think I was going to want to buy them. And then today we hear there's probably going to be some 1 of 1s or some 1 of 10s, maybe even 1 of 100s. We don't really know. Gold foil is still going to exist, but it's not going to be the only foil. So maybe there's going to be 1 or 2 platinum foils or diamond foil, or we don't know. They just totally teased it at us. But all of a sudden, pack ripping is going to have a completely different feel. Pack ripping videos are going to have a completely different feel. I think, you know how Logan Paul and some of the big Pokemon people do pack opening videos? Hey, Stock Jockey, good to see you. I know, it's Arcane. I can't even say it. Arcane. Somebody type it so I could read it. Calculated risk. Good evening to you as well. But, this idea that for the first time you could open up a pack and pull something extremely rare, it could, like, I was laughing, there's going to be those guys like me, I have 16,000 legendary potions and 13,000 gold potions. I'm laying, I'm a little bit low on the gold here. And so, oh, and look, I opened my Rift Watcher packs. I opened my 11 beta packs the other day. My 11 beta packs definitely disappointed me. No legendaries. In my 30 Rift Watcher packs, I think I got like 6 or 7 legendaries. So that was kind of cool. So Rift Watcher, good. My 11 beta packs, just trash. Complete trash. The only two, I got no legendaries and only 2 epics. And then the 2 epics were both the 2 cost summoners that are basically no good anymore. So I didn't need 2 of those. And I was like, ugh, I shouldn't have opened those packs. I should have just sold them and turned them into DEC. But whatever. I had those sitting around on the account. So now all I've got is my Chaos Legion packs, my 280. Debatable on what I'm going to do with these. They've gone back up in value a little bit, but nowhere near my cost of ownership. If they got anywhere near $2 a pack or $3 a pack, I'd probably sell them. But like even at 40 cents a pack, it seems kind of wasteful. So I don't know what I'll do with these. I mean, there is the Brave Tofu kind of thing. Maybe when the new set's coming out, we have the new thing. I don't want to copy what he's doing, but maybe they're like 5 packs if you sign up with my link. Once he's done and not doing his craziness that he's doing, because you can't really compete with, I think he was giving away like 10 packs and but then again, these packs aren't that exciting once Arcane Arclave, I still can't say it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to say the name of this new set eventually here, guys, that's for sure. But Arcane, I know it's Arcane. I'm trying to think of the C word. Conclave? I don't know. Nobody's typed it yet, though. Or was Tails going to ping me the name of the set? It's kind of funny. What is Meep yelling at me about? Oh, okay. Sorry. Got distracted by Discord. I thought it might have been Bebe, but it was just some other random message. Da 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 da. But yeah, the pack ripping stuff is pretty wild to hear. The other thing that was hinted at, Conclave Arcana. See, I was trying to say them backwards. That's why it wasn't rolling off of the tongue, Tails. I was like, Arcane? No, it's not Arcane something. I should have thought about it because I said Carne Asada. C-A, not A-C. Conclave Arcana. Okay. Now that we're past that, now that somebody finally saved me in the chat, thank you, Tails. Oh, you opened up 4,000 packs. Yeah, you know what? It's an interesting thing. I know one thing I did. Survival mode is so interesting. And this will kind of lead into one thing that was hinted at on the site. Is I went to my Chaos Rewards set. And I didn't do something. I didn't do what a lot of people did. I didn't burn my Chaos Reward set. So, I still have a ton of these cards at kind of low levels. And what I was doing the other day, and I'm not done doing this, but on some of the good cards, I only had one playable Max Oceanus, but I had enough cards. I went ahead and made another one, or I'm starting to make like 2 or 3 of these cards. And the same thing even with my Rebellion Rewards cards. I started combining some of those. So now I have 2 max copies of Izzyar. So if my Izzyar dies, I'll have another one. And so this extra copies of stuff, like things that I had a lot of, I went ahead and made another level 9 of the Fungus Flinger, because especially these Mardar cards that you want to die. Now, one of the things that I thought would be an interesting thing, they talked about possibly letting research and a big part of the town hall, and I'll go over the land stuff in a second, Paul, but a big part of the town hall was Matt saying that he wants to start having in-game use for items or in-game usage for the items that you make. Specifically research in the land profile, and he said, maybe somebody brought up maybe unlocking gladiator cards, and Matt's like, maybe research would let you do that. I would also think, because I had this comment kind of with other people, do you think maybe with a research cost and a DEC cost, we should be able to go and unlock our Chaos Legion Soulbound cards? Because one of the things that I was looking at, not many people unlocked these guys because, everybody had a lot, right? And I need to make another one. I want 85, so I got to uncheck some of these. That's 87, 86, 85. We'll do a quick combine. Because there, I have another... Gathering the Magic. My land's doing okay. Oh, no, wait. I don't want to... Oh, I got to unlock keychain. I'm like, what is going on here? Forgot to do that. So, we will combine these guys. And now, when I'm in survival mode, if I use him and I lose my level 8, I'll have a level 7 that I can use. And since I'm fighting in lower levels, it makes sense to do that with each one of these cards. But I would love to buy, like maybe another 20 Prembrooks just to have another max. The problem is there's not that many for sale. I mean, there's a couple. Maybe I should do it before while off of these 62 cents ones. But we'll have to see. I might have to take some of the if I play survival and I do pretty good this season and at the end, after having some of these extra cards and I can make a little bit more, I could definitely see people wanting to pick up, extra copies of these guys at a higher level to be competitive. Especially like this one, I'm literally missing 3. I might even buy those right now. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. $2 gone. Yeah, they're moving up nicely for those that unlock them. And it's one of those things, it's like I'm hit and miss on this idea. I do understand that there was supposed to be some speculation for people unlocking these cards when they weren't worth anything. And so if you didn't do it, which I didn't, now I made my, you have all these extra copies. Theoretically, you can burn them. Or you're going to have to pay the prices to get them to that next level out on the market. It'll be interesting to see everything that happens. But I wonder if he said research could unlock the unlockable gladiators, then should we be able to unlock our unlockable Chaos Legion? It's an interesting predicament. It would be a pretty good use case for the research, especially if it used a lot. The only reason I'm saying Paul Table, I want them to be unlockable is because people are finally there's a reason for me to get like another 20 or 30 copies of each one, and I'd be willing to buy them, and other people are going to be willing to buy them. The market's very thin, and it can't get any bigger, right? But it's one of those things where the market cannot get any bigger than what's liquid for those summoners. And the only reason I feel like maybe they should do something for Chaos Legion is that we didn't know what was coming, but maybe that's why Matt said you needed to speculate. So but gladiators were never supposed to be unlocked. So if research can unlock them, I would think that if we wanted to, it could unlock Chaos Legion 2. But I imagine the guys that spent the money to unlock them and took that chance and are reaping the rewards now, at least on the specific cards, they wouldn't be too happy about that. So I'm okay with that. Just double checking. Yep, I'm still solo. Bebe still didn't respond. Yeah, he's been really busy. Last 2 shows he joined from mobile, so we're both just pretty messed up. And we were supposed to do our show yesterday, but I totally messed that up. How are you guys doing on your gladiator sets? Here, I'll make myself a little bit smaller for a moment. I have finally maxed out some additional cards. I maxed out this one. I maxed out this legendary. I maxed out Lisa Fox, and I just did Kane. I'm a couple cards away from my Korra being maxed out. I maxed out. Oh no, this one's a level 10. So like my commons are probably gonna go last, and then like I mean, am I ever gonna get this legendary or this legendary? I don't know. I mean, I've been using bloodstones when I open my packs to try to get legendaries, but I got this one. I got a Titania. I got a Nightwing. I still need a couple more Finas, and it's like so annoying to pull the wrong one that I've been burning them, and now I found out today maybe I shouldn't. So, well, yeah, the thought was they would always be soulbound gathering, but then maybe I heard wrong, but Matt was talking about uses for research within the game, and there has been some talk about maybe when this gladiator set is removed, that like that they'd be unlockable so that you could sell them, and that would be your reward for being here early in the game, because only players would be able to sell these cards, right? Because they'll be the only ones that had them. And I mean, I know that, obviously the big whales have more cards than me. I think a lot of people have lower level cards than me. I hope I can finish this set off before it's gone, but the randomness of the pulling is why I'm not sure. And that's why some level of unlocking once the set is no longer earnable would be nice, because, I'm going to start saving my Titanias, and I would trade a Titania for a Larissa, right? Because I need a couple more Larissas, and I need a couple more Solas, and I need a couple more Finas. But if I pull any more of this one, or I pull any more of... Oh, I need a few more genes also. But, we could do a little bit of trading for the people that have extra stuff, right? And so, like, I have 7 extra of this one, but I need, like, I don't know, 7 of this one. So... yeah. Well, having them only unlockable with research would allow... It would, like, the people who don't have land would just have to buy them or get into the land game, right? So, it's not the... Yeah. Yeah, that and not everything in the world has to be fair. We know that. I mean, the game is already not super fair. But it's kind of one that rewards you for having a lot of stuff anyways and having extras of things. But this was some of the stuff they talked about in the town hall when it comes to land. There was also, I mean, Matt went on a bit about how happy he was about all the releases. I will say the land release was a little funny. I'll tell you a funny little story with my land release. I had finally started to activate a few more plots. So let me go into my production hub. I did do a final claim, and I got lucky. I even tweeted on their tweet, making sure that everyone claimed, and I pulled a rare totem piece and a couple more common totem pieces for like a last hurrah for my claims. Oh yeah, that's an interesting idea. So yeah, but Paul, you wouldn't be forcing players to play land. You'd be forcing players to buy cards off of people who play land, in my opinion. Given, I do understand what you're saying. Like, if you have gladiator cards but don't have land, then you can't unlock yours. I understand that statement. And all of this is speculation at this point, Paul. So don't get all angry at the team yet for me speculating based off of some of the things I heard on the town hall. I think it was a fan question asking when can they unlock gladiators, and Matt said something about like, oh, maybe that's a use case for research. It was really off the cuff. And I'm not even sure that the exact question was them. Yeah, I had enough to make 2 commons gathering, so I made 2 more common totems. I think I'm like 2 or 3 short on rares, so maybe I should pick that one up. I don't know if I'm gonna spend the money to make the epic totem, and I have like 2 or 3 fragments of the epics. I'm probably just gonna hold those for a little while and then sell them after it runs up a little bit. I did stake a little bit more DEC. I'm up to like 4.13 million out of and I'm at 4.08. Yeah. 4,100. I'm using 4,100,000, and I have 4,130,000. So I have like 20,000 extra. But I was upgrading some of my lands. Oops, got a little refresh there. So like I have this one right now that's under construction that I think is good. Oh no, it still has 2 hours left. I thought I had 2 hours left yesterday. Oh no, it must have been 1 day and 2 hours yesterday. So I'm building this one slowly. These aren't really the best cards in the world. They're just some low level guys who are unlocking it for now. That's why I have that like 30,000 extra DEC. I'm gonna replace these guys with real cards, but I have to do some buying. So I've been doing some buying of cards. I've been doing some staking of DEC. So my DEC is down. I'm planning on buying some more. When it comes to my production, so like my grain, I have 37 plus that are doing grain. I'm earning about 7,000 per hour, and in theory, I need 14,000 per hour. That's not great, but I'm not stressed out about it because I stacked up 11 million grain during land. So right now, I'm just kind of feeling things out. Now, I'm making a lot of extra stone. Obviously, I am a deserty region, so stone is my biggest one. Iron and wood are definitely my worst. But so what I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to get all of my rivers and rivers making grain. So see, I have one not constructed, one not constructed. That's because I hadn't really constructed my common plots because I didn't want to. I do realize I should have cleared them out now in the past, but that's my own fault. I do still have some crystals, so I did quick build a few of them. But I'm going to have to slowly turn each one of these. I want to turn each one of these on and then see where my grain is at. I think I have some time with that 11 million stack sitting there. Then after I get all of the water, all of this water on grain, I got most of it on grain. The only ones that I have on research right now are my magicals. And then I also have these swamps to grow wood in that I have a few of those not constructed. So I have this one not constructed, this one not constructed, this one, and this one. So the first order of magnitude is to get all of these up running that can make wood and can make grain and can make iron. Where's my iron, guys? There's stone. Here's iron. See, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 not constructed in iron. And then these ones, what are these? These are calderas. Calderas make iron too. So like another 4. So I'm going to be looking to basically over the next couple months to weeks. Yeah. I mean, I talked about it a little bit in the beginning, Jabby. Good to see you. That Dave McCoy joined. He brings a lot of love to it. And Hey 11 the Pro over on Twitch. Good to see you as well. I did do a video. 11. My last regular video I published was on my initial thoughts on survival mode. I'll probably do a follow up on that at the end of the season, just so you know. Let me get back to the YouTube chat. I got two. I need a third monitor, I swear, for these streams. Yeah. What I am doing right now, so all I'm really doing right now, since I slowed down my research earning and my SPS earning, because I went down to the point where I'm only farming SPS on my occupied plots and I'm only farming research on my magical plots. What I'm hoping to do is eventually be able to bring my wood claim up and be able to get these things up a little bit higher and running at a faster pace than these grow. Now, can I do that? I don't know, but I don't need 1,000 SPS right now, and I don't need 6,000 more research. There's no use case for the research, and I already am sitting on a stack of, I don't know, I think I got to go to that other screen to see it. They should add research up here, but they don't have it. So I forget, but I have a big stack of research. I have a big stack of SPS already, and so I'm just going to leave these here. Obviously, I know they're going to get worse and worse and worse and worse, but I want to see what's my maximum wood production, what's my maximum stone, what's my maximum grain, what's my maximum iron. And then if I'm way off on still making way too much research, what I'm going to do, because I want to get relatively close to an equilibrium, is I'm gonna go to my research plots that have really good cards on them, have some of my higher PPs, and I'm gonna take off a few of those cards and move them onto some of my grain plots that have very, very low PP. So if I swap a couple of those, it should help that even out the grain, even out the wood. And right now I'm already making enough stone too. So if I have some areas that overlap, though I don't think there is any. Maybe I could take some of the stone workers, and I think they can go work on the calderas as well for their bonuses. And I could do some changes there and bring down my stone production a little bit to bring up my iron. And I'll play with that. It won't be the most productive use of swapping, because each time I take a monster off of a land, it's gonna have that 3-day cooldown before it could go back onto land. So it'll be interesting to see where things are at that point. And my real goal here is just to make sure that I can do all that swapping and stuff before I burn through probably about a half of my 11 million grain. I do want grain to be closer than it is now, but I think that you really want to optimize your iron, wood, and stone, because grain has a guaranteed maximum price, right? Because I believe you can just buy grain from the team. Go ahead and do a little claim here. Get some grain. See, I'm spending 86,000 to get 200,000 now, which is okay. The problem is, over here it's 140,000. So after I claim each of these, so this is kind of the game I'm playing for now. Claim grain, claim wood, claim stone, and claim iron, and just ignore research and SPS. Now, eventually, if research gets its use case, I can bring in outside funds, go to the liquidity pools, and buy these things that I go. Now, over time, I should hopefully be able to get it to where these are producing better, so that they're producing enough to cover these. And that should be easy to do. The first thing to do is to get all the lands that can produce these things running, or more, at least getting all the iron and wood ones going, because I have less of those. Um, well, no, obviously I wouldn't spend $100 in resources for $10 in SPS, but I don't see how the market could ever work like that, Paul. Um, if resources were worth more than the SPS, then nobody would ever claim SPS, right? I mean, theoretically, the most that this much grain, this much wood, and this much stone, and this much iron should be worth is 1,000 SPS. Now you're going to see that that's not the way it is, and that's what I was about to show you, right? And this is what Paul's getting to, and this is why, in theory, as crazy as it sounds, you might just turn these off and turn these off. I was getting there, Paul, but you jumped ahead. Paul's here on the beat. Um, yeah, because if I go over here, and we go back here, and now I can see my little research stack. I think it's 1.2 million. I think that's what that says. But here, I should probably zoom in. I always zoom out when I play because the cards are too big. Yeah, 1.2 million. And we go to. Oh, see, now I can't see anything because everything is so big. Oh, I had to go back one more, I think, is the reason I'm having a problem. And even back one more. And there we go. Go to the trade hub. So, if I go to my Son, I just want to kind of see something right now. If I wanted to sell 1 million of my extra grain, I could get about $12. Right? I mean, well, I just always think of DEC at peg. So I get about 12,000 DEC. But for that about 180,000, I could get about $2. Let's see again. What was it, like 1,200 SPS times 0.007? I'll even round up a little. It was about $8 worth of SPS, so it would be a little over $2 worth of grain. I should have written them down, but I feel like it was like 23,000 wood. There's another dollar. Stone was kind of around the same. There's another $8. And then iron, I think they were all kind of similar, but they weren't really, but that would be $18. So, right now, resources are so worth so much more. It just makes sense to sell your resources. At least the ones that you have extras of. So since like I'm earning extra stone, what I'm currently doing is I'm selling some of my stone. So I'll trade 20,000 of it and pick up 7,000 DEC. Let's go ahead and swap that. That'll help pay for that card I just bought a moment ago, right? Yay, I'm up to 68,000. And then I also will take some of my stone and I will swap it for wood because it's currently worth more than wood. So I'll maybe do 10,000 more stone into wood. That'll get me 68,000 more wood. Oh, I have to select my region I would like the wood to go to. So we'll swap that. Now, it looks like the people who are farming iron, must be pretty slacking it, because the other day I believe stone was trading for like 1-to-1 on iron, but now iron's taken over as being the most valuable. So now theoretically people are gonna hurry up and turn on iron plots as fast as they can. And now, do I trade a lot of stone for iron right now? I don't know. Maybe I do have about 10 times stone to iron. So I'll do a little swap and I'll push up the price of iron a little bit more. But this is kind of like what I'd have to do, right? Is I'd have to come and trade my extra stone to get these extra resources. It's definitely going to be an interesting time. I wasn't aware, Paul, that things were so out of whack. So, I will, because yesterday I hadn't really done the math on this last time I looked at land. So I'm going to have to decide here, and this is probably something I'll think about over the weekend, and you guys could tell me what you would do. So if I go into here, and then we go into my trade hub here. So if I go into my geography, so let's see, we have an occupied Badlands. Badlands could be getting iron, right? This is getting SPS. Let's see. If I go and I look at this one, so this one has, you know, some pretty good cards on it. I would say 14,000 PP per card is not, you know, exactly slacking there, right? And this is so I can try to earn a bunch of. I'm earning currently, you know, 2 SPS an hour on this. But you know, how much total power is this? Does it have it added up here somewhere for me? It doesn't have a nice total for me anywhere, does it? Hourly production. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So Paul, it makes sense in theory. Now, given the production number won't be as high on iron, because while these cards get a bonus on the land and they get a bonus from the set, and look at, there's my alpha twisted jester. Alpha alert. He's not even max level. I think he's level 7. But he's still one of the higher PP cards there. I should probably have put a title on this one. Do I have any titles right now? Oh yeah, look, I had one. Let's go ahead and put that on there. Confirm. Yeah, I mean, so I'll have to make that decision here, Paul, for sure, in the near future. It kind of makes some sense to do. It's just the question will be, do we still want to do that? Can't believe I had a 25% title just sitting around. That pushed that up to 87. What's should I change it, guys? Is that the vote? Let's see if I go here, 50 time crystals and make it an ore mine. So I'll lose the 100 bonus, but I'll start earning quite a bit more iron. All right, Paul said yes, so we're gonna do it. We'll do at least this one because this is a big one, a pretty big one. So now we're making 26 iron an hour instead of 2 SPS. Now, was that the right move? Let's go take a look. Trade hub. There's so much gamification inside Splinterlands, right? So, stone, 26 to DEC. Oops. Son, 26. That is 9 DEC per hour. Which would be 7 cents instead of 1 cent. Yeah. Thanks, sure enough. Yeah, iron is worth more. So, that's definitely one. And while things are so out of whack, it does make sense, I guess, to go and do this. Especially because I have some time crystals left. Let's see. I really wish there was some filter tools here. I think I should be doing this on peak monsters, but let's see here. Grain, iron. So research, right? So what we want to do is we want to look at some of these research that have really big bonuses, right? So this is a desert. I don't really need more stone, so we'll leave that one alone for now. This one is an epic iron. So let's go look at this one. This one is actually already doing iron. So, I wonder what I got on here. That one's earning 12. Oh, another Twisted Jester. Huh. These workers. Why is... Oh, because it's an epic. Right? So it's getting that extra adjustment. Interesting. I'm definitely going to have to think about moving some cards around. Is one the thing. It's one of those things that's going to take me like spending some time and doing it. Because, if this epic Badlands gets that bonus, maybe those monsters I had before that were on the occupied getting me SPS, they should be over now on the epic land. So here, we'll go to rarity. So my legendaries are making stone. Unfortunately, my 2 legendaries are natural deserts. So they're just making stone. They're making stone at a pretty good clip, but that's there. This is my 1 epic magical that's doing research, but it's also a desert. So I'll probably just leave that because I have so much desert. I do have an epic plains that is making grain. So that's not bad. I have an epic tundra making wood. An epic desert. I have that epic badlands we just looked at. I have an epic plains and an epic deserts. Now, if I go down to my rares, the thing to look at would be the magical, right? So here we go. We got another magical badland rare. So this is making research right now that doesn't have a use case of about 5 per hour. If I go to manage, well, there's my Lord of Darkness. There's one of my Minotaurs, my Vampire, my Octo Spider. I love that card. I probably maybe should I should probably move around my titles to the right plot still though. Yeah. I just want to turn on my wood ones, Paul, just to make myself a little more self-sufficient. But yeah, I could see like not necessarily changing these ones over to wood. But yeah, I can change this one. So ore mine. Let's see. This one's going to be making 16 ore an hour. So that's pretty good. And then sort by rarity again. So where's my other rare magicals? I have a couple rivers that are doing research. I could change one of them to grain to help with that grain imbalance that I have on my plot. Let's see. Do I have any other rare magical? I have a couple more deserts. Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't have a lot of other ones that I would probably move. Like, I'm not going to change this rare occupied because it's a desert. I mean, maybe some of you would think I should because of stone. But I just have so many other ways to make stone. I don't think I need to do that. I really do need to probably turn on my calderas before I turn on anything else. So I'll be looking to get some high level cards and get these constructed. And that's kind of where I'm at with land. I'm doing okay. I figure in the beginning, I'm going to sell research. I'm going to be selling some of my, I'm going to be using some of my grain. I'm going to be claiming it to claim my stone, claim my iron, claim my wood. While wood is so drastically undervalued right now and so hard for me to get, I should probably keep trading some of these resources into wood. So I get a stockpile of wood, kind of like I have a stockpile of grain. And then maybe eventually later on... Oh, look, I changed that one research one and that one SPS one. And now my production is not... just by moving those two, I kind of fixed my production problem with research and SPS. So that was probably a good move. Just moving those two really big high PP plots fixed it so that I'm earning much less SPS per hour, and I'm earning much less research per hour. So now, if I can just get these up a little bit, wood and iron. I only need another 200 iron per hour, which is kind of a lot, but I do have a lot of calderas to turn on. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. Yeah, I can understand that, show enough. Right now, you probably wouldn't claim your SPS, but it'll just sit there, and then it's like a... if everybody else stops mining SPS, then the amount of SPS I mine for my same stuff will go up. And then if you believe in the game and you believe SPS is going to go up in value, then eventually that SPS would be worth more than the resources that they are to claim. Also, you have to remember everything in this game is subject to change. Landholders are some of the biggest landholders, SPS holders in the game. True, Paul, it's not making me any money, but it's growing, right? And it's also, I do see what you're saying though, right? Completely turn off the SPS farming, turn those plots into other types of farming, and then sell those profits into SPS maybe is the more active way to do this. But I think I need to wait and adjust and see just how much SPS, like if this 16 starts turning into an 18 or a 20 or a 30 or a 40 per hour, then that would be something different. Well, yeah, maybe you would never claim it. You could be right, Paul, but what if, you're kind of assuming right now that, that this 1,000 SPS, it went down a little because I changed that one plot, so I lost that. But let's just pull up the calculator. If at 1,037, oops, you can't see my calculator. If SPS gets to a nickel, that's $51. 1,037. If it gets to 7/5 of a cent, that's $77. If we somehow see a mighty dime SPS, it's $100. So at some point, these may be worth less than $100 because the value of these, I don't know what's driving it right now. I don't know why people are paying so much for these. Right? Because look here, we'll copy these. We'll just do the little experiment to see what number SPS has to reach to make this worth claiming. Under current prices, I think it's going to be pretty bad, but Let's see here. All right. And we'll go back to the trade hub. Okay, wood. We want to go to DEC. Oh gosh. Wood's the big number, right? Yeah, wood's the big number. So it was 71,496.793. Oops. Not comma. Okay, can you not do points? Maybe you have to buy these in wholes. Point. Oh no, it just didn't do it. Okay. 71,496.793. So that is 3,388.352 DEC. The grain was 142,993.588. That's only 1806.237. The stone was 28,598.718. That's yeah. These are the two big ones, huh? Why are they worth so much? Who's putting in the liquidity at these kind of rates and just going to let us sell into it? I wonder. And then 7149.168. Oops, forgot to change it to iron. 7149.168. That is 5,862.125. I guess stone is still the most valuable. All right. And because I'm lazy, let's pull up the calculator. 18,000.237 plus, we'll add up each one of the DEC numbers. 10,162 plus 5,860.125. So 21,000 DEC. If we go back to Splinter cards and pull up here, we can times this by 0.0878. No, wait, that's not right. I added an O when I wasn't supposed to. So about $18. So I messed something up there. Yep. I was supposed to do. That's supposed to be $18.62. I was supposed to do 008 for the dollars, right? Because you get 87% of the 2168. Those are supposed to be pennies, right? So it's 1862. Now we do the 18.625 cents divide by 1. How much SPS was it? Production. Sorry, I should have wrote this down too. Harvest all 1,038. Well, we'll call it 1,039. It's on the high end. So SPS would have to be 1.7 cents. Sorry. Hey, Bolts, good to see you. Yeah, so right now, to justify the current prices of these, SPS would need to go up to 1.8 cents. And that's to break even, so maybe you'd want it at 2 cents at current prices. Now, I do expect the market's going to market, guys, and these things are going to go down. With how much they're going down, it does make sense in my mind to maybe play the little game I was playing, which is claim my grain, claim this, claim that, and I'll be my grain pile won't go down, and then just sell my stone and iron, and I think keep my wood, only because I don't produce that much wood, and wood is the cheap resource now. I'm not going to get as much for it, but it kind of makes sense to just dump these other tokens, stone and iron, until you keep dumping them until this reaches this. And since our math said SPS had to be 1.8 cents, and we are currently at 1.8 cents, and we are currently at Splinter cards. Point 0.00. No, that's not right. If we're doing 1.8, the 1 is here, so it just needs to be 0.66. So it's like a little bit more than a 2.75x from here. So I mean, that's not really out of the question, Paul. But every time somebody does what I just said, they just harvest all their resources and dump them. That's going to get pushed down, right? Like I sold a whole bunch of stone just now, like 30,000 stone. So I pushed those liquidity pools down. Let's go see how much liquidity is in those pools. Go back a little bit more. Trade hub. Markets. I'm only in the grain pool. A long time ago, I put a little bit of liquidity in here. I currently have 28,000 DEC and 2 million grain. I think at the time I put in 2 million grain, and I thought I was going to be putting in a lot more DEC. If there was a way for me to double check how up or down I am in my position, I would. But I don't need this grain, so I'm just going to leave that there and let that grow. It doesn't show the pools, huh? When you go into markets, like if I wanted to add, so how do I, I see I can still add grain, but I don't see a drop down to change grain. Because I clicked manage my grain pool. Duh. So how did I make this? Is it on the swap page? Swap, reset. I thought you go to here. Show my fee. Oh, I can click show my fees. Oh, I earned 14 cents since they added that. Whoa, what just happened? Oh. Hey, I beat your bot, DJ. I beat DJ's bot. I beat DJ's bot. Woohoo, woohoo. Okay, let me go back there. Sorry. I should remember to play a couple videos before I do my live streams, huh? I mean, a couple games. Trade hub. Markets. All markets. Yeah, I'm a dummy. Okay, so how deep is our liquidity? Grain has $68,000. Wood has a whole $900 in it. Stone has $1,800 in it, and iron has a little over 2,000. Yeah, so like, Jay goes, that's funny. His bot's doing bad compared to us. Yeah, I mean, it does make a little more sense that, markets will markets. We won't be the only people to realize this, Paul. People are going to dump stone. They're going to dump iron until the prices get pushed down a little bit. And then eventually the prices should come to equalization with how much they cost to claim SPS. Now, it's possible that they float a little bit higher than that because people do want to speculate on research. Matt's made it clear that they want research to be in the game and usable within the game. And is my 1.2 million research a lot or a little? What do you guys think? Let me see here. Production. No. That's not what I wanted to do. Where's the page? Son. Oh, view rankings. Let's see here. It's loading. I took myself off the screen for a minute, guys. So I'm currently at rank 60 with 1.2 million. I am nowhere near Vutkus 71 million or Cryptomancer's 15 million. But, I'm competitive-ish with about, right up here with Thames and Woodsy. There's Bubkey. There's Psy Guy. These guys are starting to get a little bit out of my league. I'm actually pretty close to Brave Tofu's stack, so that's interesting. There's Housewife. Here's Stock Jockey. I think Stock Jockey's the one person who comes to my stream who liked to brag about having more research than me. But now he's making none per hour. See, Stock Jockey? I'm earning still 86 per hour. So I'm catching up with you, Stock Jockey, but only if I claim it, right? We got to claim it. So we'll have to see. Not everybody turned off their research. Crypt did. Who else turned it off? Flowey did. Fat Jimmy. He's no fool, right? Turned it off. Apparently, that's the thing to do right now is turn all those magical plots into research plots, which is quite interesting. Big Dutch did. Did any of the big dogs do it? Let's see. Vutkus did not. Cryptmancer did not. Michael did. Look, it's my guildies. I might have to talk to Michael and see if he's just doing it for the short term. The thing that's nice is if you buy the time crystals, you can just move them back whenever you want. And even then, it only takes a day. I was being really kind of silly there, probably sending those time crystals, but I had them, so I did. Matt's still farming it. Aggie's SPS Whale, I believe, right? He stopped. Or is Aggie not SPS Whale? These whales all stopped. I can see though, the thought pattern here of stopping, because when I go into my thing and I look at my production, right? I still have 27 research plots, and I do not have enough of these. And if I put all of these into these instead and even left my 5 SPS plots, then I probably would be a lot more even. Look, the production hub actually updated with everything I did, and it looks like they're saying I'm okay now, which is interesting. Oh, no, wait. This is just my research page. I have to go here. I was like, what the heck happened? No, I'm still short wood and iron. And I'm only making about 300 extra stone per hour. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure. There's stuff I don't know. I'll have to think about it this weekend though. I might talk to a couple people and see, like maybe like maybe it's definitely time to take any of my common plots that are doing research like this desert and just make it do stone. Cuz I don't really think and until oops, did not mean to do that. And like, should I have these guys earning stone that I can sell instead of earning research that I don't know if I need? And they're not one of my bigger PP plots, but they do get that nice 100% bonus. But until magical essences are added into the game, it does kind of feel like perhaps it might be a time to take a little bit back on it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I know. I heard. It was kind of interesting listening to Bajangles and Fat Jimmy and Dwayne's episode when they all kind of talked about their SPS bags. I'm up to 828,000 staked. I have 21,000 liquid. This is not really liquid to sell. It's liquid to burn. So I need DEC to stake into land. So I need to if we hit near peg, we probably have to get to about 9.5 and I'll burn this into DEC. I've already burned some SPS into DEC. I don't like to sell it because, for starters, moving it off the exchange and moving it onto the exchange, you have to pay the fees. And then also on tribal decks, you have the liquidity book issues. So, gathering, that's cool. I'll watch it. But you might just ruin the chance of all of us to make extra. Yeah. And but I do think that the research that the resources will all go down in value here in the near future. Maybe once people get over the hype of stacking wood in stone and iron. Though I do think that eventually you want to get to in a place where you're stacking your wood, stone, and iron, because eventually when buildings come into land, you know that you're going to need wood, lots of wood and iron and stone to build those buildings. So eventually I want to get myself set up. But the main takeaway for me is what this update did to me. For the first time ever, I want to get all my land working. I would say I want to get more land, but I don't think there's much land for sale in my area. And I really need to get all my land working before I get more land. Let me go look really quick. So if I go to Son, why are you not going to Son? You're going to make me click on it, huh? Yeah, so tracks that are for sale in Son, there are a common occupied desert, a epic natural desert, a nether desert. There are a couple plains over here which can grow grain, so that's kind of interesting, I guess. Ooh, there's an epic plains. Oh, by Dave Mccoy. He's selling a couple land plots, guys. Oh, or he's selling one. You want to own one of Dave's lands there? There's that. What is that? That is a rare natural hill. That's for sale. Oh, that's funny. Dave must have just bought that from somebody, and he decided he wants to get rid of it. That's kind of funny. It's his only one there. Yeah. It'll be interesting. I think diamond foil might be correct. All right, yeah. See, I don't own these, which is kind of funny. So if I go to all, I sold a rare desert to one of my buddies here. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on it like that. So, oh no wait, that one's mine. Let's click on this one. This is TDM Daddy. Who knows who TDM Daddy is? He's earning stone on this one. Oh, wait, that's mine. I gotta go a little higher here. He's earning stone here. He's got nothing on that one. He's got some stone going here. He's got one making SPS still, though. 0.149. Yes, Tails, you're right. That's Ape. I was just testing the crowd, see if people knew who Ape was. So. Oh, I don't know who bought all the parts in 43, but you can go to a map and see, right? But I mean, I had pretty good neighbors, but a few of them sold some of their stuff. Like up here is Queen of Monsters. I forget Queen of Monsters' real name, but I know she's a pretty big player in the game. Over here is our king, Plato Zero. This is me. I think this one is this one Tails? Yeah, here's Tails. He's my neighbor. My direct neighbor. He's probably Gad. He has a little pocket of rivers up here. But he's probably not so happy about all... Well, he can make grain. You know, I'm actually kind of lucky I got all that desert. My two, I will say, out of all of our plots, might have got one of the better, like, I got some swamps, I got some rivers, I got a lot of desert, but I also got some caldera to be able to get stone. Oh, yes, that's Dave Mccoy. I forgot. So there's Queen. Over here, we have... Who's the owner? Woody. So it looks like Woody, but I think Woody sold out. So we have like random people in this one. So I think he's one of our original, because when we started this, we had all track owners. But now I'm just seeing all kinds of names in here. And I know I bought a couple in here. He was selling... I didn't get any dragon magic, so I bought his 3 dragon magics when he put them up. Over here in the bottom is... Raptor. A rare... Do you remember who this is, Tails? I forget. Oh, that's Bulldog, the Raptor. I know Bulldog was in here, but I thought he sold some of his. I feel like this owner maybe did he change his name? I feel like this is the guy. He's one of the guys that leads one of the projects. He was the other one that had 2 tracks. I don't think that. I thought Bulldog was up here. Yeah, oh yeah, is Bulldog Queen of Monsters? I'm such a silly. Yeah, Bulldog is up here, but I think he sold a couple of his, so you might be able to find another name in here. And then over here is... Oh, yeah, no, he's got 3 tracks. So, yeah, he's all of this at the bottom. But Jangles, you're in 98 too? Which one of these is you? Do you have a lot or just a little bit? If I click around in here, I'll find your name somewhere. Yeah, I thought Bulldog sold. So did he sell the whole thing to Queen of Monsters? Because she seems to have like a lot of these. So maybe he did an off-market sale. Yeah, I think Raptor is the one that made the other SPS game, and he has 3 tracks. So where are you in here, Bajangles? Are you over here? Oh no, look, Raptor owns some of these too. Maybe this was where Bulldog was. You got pulled. Oh, Woody's got a little bit more in here. You want a couple more in 98 Bajangles? Let me know. Maybe I might be willing to let go. I sold a little bit to make Ape of Wall Street a small member of my kingdom. And then I also sold these 2 here, I think. Oh no, those ones are just not up and running yet. Oh yeah, Slick Nick. I did he does own. He's not producing anything though. Come on, Slick Nick, if you're not going to play him. Oh, just to the right of one of my plots. Oh, look, there you are. You've got some rivers. Is that just you have one river in 98? That's funny. That's funny. Hi, Red. What's going on? What's so fire? Yeah, I'm mostly happy with my land. I thought, yeah, I sold a few of mine. I went down to 198, so I sold 7 of them that were in here. All deserts because I had so many deserts, and then I picked up the 3 dragon magic over here to get me back to 198. I mean, if any of these other ones for sale were really cheap, like what does he want for this? $28. I don't really have the money to buy it right now for just a natural plot, but that'd be interesting to get me back over 200. Huh? Do you have all of yours in another area, Bajangles? Because isn't it hard to like? Are you even making grain with this one plot? No, you just own it. That's funny. Yeah. So. All right, guys, we're hitting the 1 hour 45 mark. I mean, the town hall, just to recap a little bit more, guys, it was exciting. Hearing Dave talk was exciting. Blaze was dodging questions a little bit, but hopefully he's just hiding what he has planned. I think our most question is going to be when marketing really clicks into gear, can Blaze deliver? He's a pretty slick talker. He's definitely being more active in the X spaces and the X stuff. Like one of the things I've noticed that's kind of cool, Blaze actually retweets my tweets and responds to them. So it's pretty cool. Oh, you've turned everything off. Okay. That makes more sense. Because like I wouldn't know how you would run one river over there. Now, if you want to give it to me on the cheap, I'll take it from you and just turn it on for some grain. No, but no, I still have my own plots I have to get up. Like to finish off my land. I mean, if we just look at it from my production hub, I have I'm 64% going. I pretty much used all the deals that I can use, right? So let's see how much DEC I need. So if I have 196 minus 125, 71 plots, 50,000 DEC per plot. If I wanted to do all legendary, I need another $3,500 in DEC. Now, I probably won't do all maxed out legendaries. Like I do some bargain shopping occasionally, so I think I can get this down to about 70% of that. So probably like another 22,400. I could probably get all my land producing at some level, because one of the things that is going on. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about that later, Bajingles. But one of the things for sure that's going on with when I do my land, um, is what I usually do, and this is the cheapest way to do it card market wise, but like it's something that you should pay a little bit attention to if you have land. Just as a little tip, right? So if you go to the market, right? So you right now, I think the thing you want to do is you want to think about like a production level that you're okay with, right? So obviously, Oceanus, 699, max level. Let's see, if I go to mine, he has a production of about 1500, right? So 1500 is kind of the standard I look at. You can get 1500 pretty easily for with an Oceanus, and that was probably one of the more expensive ones. I guess really quick, if we go to the market, go back to the market, go to Chaos Legion. I gotta zoom out at least once here, guys. Things are just entirely too big. So we want to go Chaos Legion. We want to go Legendary. And we want to go Rewards because they're going to be the cheapest. Oceanus is at 87 cents. Who's the cheap guy though here? Okay, I guess it's Bilka. So Bilka at 59 cents would cost you what, 590? Or no, wait, that's too many. No, wait, 20. Oh, that was too many. 10 cards. All of a sudden they're 2B. No, wait, there's an 11 BCX right there. I'm such a dummy. So around 650, right? And that'll give you 1500 power. But something that you can go and look at, and you know, this is what I want you to think in your head, in theory. So to put Bilka on land, yeah, 35,000 in deck, but I think I can get away with about 2,500 in DEC tails, possibly. And that's a little bit over because we're not counting we're still at a 13% discount, right? So it's a little bit cheaper than people are thinking. But you go to Untamed, you go to Untamed Rewards. You got to go to the market. Untamed Rewards. You don't need a legendary one. And we go to Gold. Am I still on legendary? No, I want to change the price to this way. And then I want to take away these. Okay, so now you can come and look at some of these. Now this is going to go away. And you could probably look at this in Chaos Legion 2. So we'll put Chaos Legion Golds up as well. Can you get 1500 power for cheaper than like $5 if you look at these cards? So what I typically look at, so if we look at him, right, Bloodmaker, his power is only 125, so that's gonna be tough. Oh gosh, why is it doing that to me? But Bloodmaker is a Chaos Legion. Now if we go to the cheapest, Untamed, Nectar Queen, and of course the site's gonna lag on me. Well, Nectar Queen is 500 power. So you can see right here, this 5 BCX Nectar Queen is 2,500 power. That is 1,000 more power than your 1,500 Jin Bilka legendary Chaos Legion normal card. But to boot, this card is only 5 BCX gold. It's going to cost, if you go here and look, 5 out of 38. This is kind of ridiculous here. You're only gonna have to pay what, 2,500 DEC to stake this card, and he's gonna produce just as good as a Jin Bilka. or a O'Shaughnessy or a Jared Scar. And you're not going to have to stake near as much DEC. If you spent the same amount on him, oops, let me go to the market, and you wanted to go ahead and spend around the same amount of money, so like 550, so you'd pull another 2, you could put another 2 into this card, and you'd be at a 3500 power, right? So then you'd be even more than that other one. And it won't be the only card you can do that with. I really need to probably, like, any of these gold Untamed cards are really the ones to look at that people are like just. So yeah, I'm terrible at pressing right now, guys. But you know, because the Chaos Legion Untamed, they're cheaper, but you need a lot more, so you don't save as much on the DEC. You know, you got this one here at 95 cents, similar thing. You can pick one up for about $4 that has 2500 power. There's a couple for sale. Now, I imagine now that I'm showing you guys this, why does that end up going back to the item screen? I'm just really bad, right? But as you can see here, the market's very thin on these. But it makes sense up to about like maybe, let's see, does it make sense with this guy? So 3 of them is 478. That's the same power as your legendary Max Chaos Legion card for $4.78, and your you're going to have more power. The other thing that's interesting about this strategy, and this is what I'm doing, is you get to stake less deck to get these cards on your land. If they can be as productive as the best Chaos Legion card on land, then to me that's a pretty productive card. Now, I'm not saying it, but the nice thing about that is, let's say land is really successful, the game's really successful, and we start having an opportunity to make more money with these, you can grow these cards to a higher PP. So you can come back, and given they'll be much more expensive at later on in the game, but you could come back and, you know, change this, or you could even do it to start with. You could do an $8 buy and get 6 BCX. So now you're getting like 3,000 power, which is double one of those. Now, obviously, none of these cards are going to touch. I mean, if you're somebody with a bigger budget and with a bigger power level thing, you could look at things like the Gorak Soldier, right? They're 2,000 PP a pop. I mean, these guys, you could just stake one card, one single on land, and you're 500 over that mark. So, oh, you want me to look at the gold foil epics on Chaos? Okay, so we'll go Chaos Legion, gold epic. Oops, put gold back on, and then I need to be on the market. Dang it. And then I want to be Chaos Legion, probably reward set, right? So these guys, how much power do they have? Let's take a look. So Uraeus, 2,500. Yeah, but I mean you know, I was just showing you that Gorak Shoulder has 2,000, and he's a little bit cheaper. So yeah, but this would be another one to look at. Yeah, so this is the other part about getting your land going. What are you going for? Because you have to remember, if you get stuck putting only, you know, when you look at that, it's only instead of a 50,000 DE staking requirement, you buy up some of these cards and you stake some of these cards, right? And I forget, can these guys can't work land, huh? Or can they? I don't remember. Can soulbound cards work land? I think I forgot to check that. I don't think they can. I think you have to unlock them. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, like these, I don't know what to do with these anymore. Because I only have enough to get him to, well, how many do I have? I have 8. So, I mean, do I make a level 5 and then burn the rest? Right? And just have them to play with in survival, in theory? Yeah, it's probably what I need to do with all these cards that I have extras of. Yeah, you have to unlock to stake them. I think I remember that. So, and you can't unlock these anymore. Um, so sure, we can look at gold foil. Let's go back to the market. Legendaries. Yeah, $30 is the minimum now. Yeah, I'll need to do that. Sure enough, I need to spend some time this weekend. Luckily, I should have some time tomorrow night and really finish going through all my rewards cards and leveling up my lowest one. Um, I wish I could. I wish I could do something with these. All I could do now is burn it away. It's kind of funny. It says glint slash DEC. Can I get the DEC? It's a nice 62,000 glint though, I guess. But I don't know. I'm holding on to him now because I think like in a pinch, a gold level 2. Or, well, I mean, when does she get martyr? Level 3? Oh yeah, I guess I could do this, right? Make a level 3 at least. Back up. You know what? I haven't turned the bot on for survival yet. Sure enough, so I have to look into that. I only have an Archmage beta token. I don't use Xbot, and I haven't checked on if Archmage supports survival yet. Ah, yeah, and then this one, I might as well combine 2 of those. Get him his self heal. Yeah, you know, I had an issue with using Xbot originally because I didn't like that Skylar had made that cheating thing. I do forgive him now a little bit for coming into the cards and helping ban the other ones. So, uh, oh, Archmage just started the other day. Okay. You have to turn it on though, right, Tails? I should. You must have to turn it on because if not, I'd have losses in survival, in cards that are dead. Any others to combine? I think that's it. All the rest of them are already combined. Never did get a Kulu. I did unlock one Izzyar and sell it, but I didn't do the other ones. So I might burn this level 2 on that one and burn and no, I'll keep both of those, the level 3. I mean, and burn this level 2, pick up an extra 100,000 glint and stuff. Okay, I'll check out their Discord, Tails. Thanks for the info, because I probably want to let them try playing survival mode for me at the end of the season if I don't have time and I'm too tired like I am lately because I don't play so well. How much is my golden golem work? Oh, how come nobody will pay? I want like $500 for this, not $200. Somebody buy this one closed selling and Freedom Fighter. That way I can undercut D City's 375 and get like 350 for mine. I also have this dude. But he's only worth 187. I don't think I want to sell them for that price. What do you think, guys? I don't think I should. Those are my last two gold foil. Well, the last two untamed gold foil legendaries I have. I also have like a legendary Alva, a Uriel, a Grum. I got a couple of Yasiks. Do you think I should sell them? They're probably just going to go down from here, huh? Sorry, guys. I'm turning this into a talk to the crowd about my collection at the end of the stream if you're still hanging out. Let me go back to... I need to change this to owned. Like, I have one Immortalis. I have two Yasiks. They're on the land. Actually, these ones are delegated out, so I could... They actually get played by my other accounts, but I could pull them back. In fact, I think I will pull them back. I should probably either put these on land, now that I need more land to go, or I should sell them. If he is substantially more than other fire gold legendaries, then I should probably try to sell him. Yeah, that's interesting, right? There's only one listed for 48, so I could throw mine up maybe at like, I don't know, maybe like 60? A little bit cheaper than this $79 one. And then if, how much is Grum? Oh, no, Grum was, really? There's none for sale? Interesting. I'm going to take that back from Gold Steve as well. He hasn't used it in the last 12 days anyways, so the bot doesn't play it very much. Immortalis is already on land. Uriel's on land. Alvar's on land. Land worker. These guys were land workers, but I think they're on a cooldown. Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Maybe their cooldown is over. I had them clear a land plot for me, and then I took them off it. So they were on cooldown, but that was a couple days ago, so they might be off. These are actually not mine. If somebody could please buy them. I mean, they're only 38 bucks. Come on. How come this gold file isn't pumping? I need to sell them to end my Rift. These are the last things I need to send to the guys who got into the Rift Watchers presale, and they probably hate me because I've just never been able to sell these stupid cards. Those are all soulbound here at the... Oh, no, wait. I do have Azuriel. She's working the land. Oh, she's up to 119. Huh. Interesting. What's the market looking like on these? So if I sold my Yasik and I needed to get another fire, or I guess I could buy these ones for 30 bucks. Or get the desert dragons. They're good on what do you call it? On lands as well. Yeah, that's interesting. sorry, Cryptmancer. Look, they're pretty competitively priced here, you know? Given somebody undercut me by 50 cents because he's a jerk. But couldn't just list at the same price and hope the guy would buy all three of ours so that he could level the card up. I was going to sign off, but I've just been talking with you guys a little bit. Kind of a weird show for the night. Sorry, Baby wasn't here, so we didn't get to do our back and forth. I'm sure he would have been, and I forgot I took myself off the screen a while ago. He would have been even more bullish than me on everything and super happy. He has like 1,000 Rebellion packs sitting around. Good for him, hopefully. Do you want to see, like what's here? Let's see. Just for fun here. Explorer. Oh no, that's everybody's Explorer. Oh, Explorer. Open packs. No, wait. I messed up. I want my Explorer. Why all of a sudden did I forget how to find my Explorer? Oh, yeah, it's under my name. I was like, what the heck is going on with myself? Want to see how bad my beta pack opening was? Okay, so here it is. I got a pack worth $1.71. A pack worth 79 cents. This one was one of my highs here at $3. A pack worth 72 cents. This was my maybe best pack because I got an Ulrich and a gold card at $6. Then $1. A gold card here and a decent rare. Got this one up to being $5. This one was $4. Again, my epic. Yay, the worst epic you could probably get. I did get the Divine Healer here, so this is actually, I think, my best pack. It's only because this card is worth a lot. And I pulled a C-Chan, so take it back. That was my one hitter. And then another $1, and then another $1. So I hope he's doing okay. You know, he didn't reach out to me tonight at all. So I guess, you know, he's not there. I don't know what happened to Bebe. I sent him the invites and everything, but he didn't show up. So I hope he's doing okay. I'll find out next week. Hopefully he'll join me again. Otherwise, I need a new co-host. Is Fat Jimmy the new official co-host for Yuba Jangles? It's hard to find another West Coast person. I think that's the hardest part about getting people to come to our shows, because we typically do them 8 to 10-ish West Coast, which is like 11 to 2 in the morning for East Coast people and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. If he for some reason can't do the show anymore, I'll probably retire into the Splinterverse, but I'll start doing more solo content and then just going live every once in a while. Because I do want to get into making more videos. One thing, the few of you that are still here, if you just want to do me a small favor and maybe win something, I'm going to drop a link here. Now, I know Honor vs. Madness is not out yet, and you guys are Splinterlands fans, but I only have like 5 people in my contest giving away 1,000 carnival tickets. So go like, retweet, and make a comment, and maybe you can win 1,000 carnival tickets. Carnival tickets are similar to vouchers, except for in Honor vs. Madness, their voucher store / carnival ticket store is going to sell NFTs that you cannot get anywhere else, and is going to let you get other items for the game. And Honor vs. Madness is going to be a free-to-play Web 2 game similar to Parallel with Web 3 options if you want to earn. They're like copying that kind of model. So you can sign up for free if you win the carnival tickets, have a free deck, and then you buy some NFTs that you can sell on the marketplace. I would just like to get a little bit more interaction when I give these away. And I know DeFizz is going to be mad because he made a comment. Reaper won last week, so I'm hoping he doesn't back-to-back win. But, I mean, he's only competing with a few other people at this point. So if a couple of you other guys want to just come over here to the pinned tweet and give it a like, a retweet, and any kind of comment. So, yeah, I mean, in theory, the problem is SPS is down so much. So if you go to so EMP became EMP Fusion. So this is the new thing for their site. The EMP token itself is now not being minted anymore. It's a max supply token, and then you have to sacrifice it to get into. And I wouldn't have really went here, but Tails is asking. So, might see how poor I am now. Only $2,000 in my random wallet, but you can see here. So this is my little dashboard. They recently did a token change, so like this got all messed up. But I sacrificed all my EMP. I have a microgrid that's worth apparently $22,000 now, and I earn money every day. I claimed this a few days ago, so it's pretty pathetic ROI right now. But in theory, EMP is making Honor versus Madness. They're making Dex. Let me see, Dex Swap. This is theirs too. This is going to be a multi-chain swapping system. So eventually, you're going to be able to swap from BNB to Pulse Chain to Polygon to Sonic to Ethereum and a couple others. Right now, this is their very small, like, fresh launch of this project. And then they still have Spark Swap, though Spark Swap is going away. Spark Swap is going to become their Pulse Chain liquidity for Dex Swap, so it's going to get combined into this Dex Swap thing eventually. But it's still over here, and I'm still earning, I think, like maybe 15% on my stables. Where is it? Die. Oh, no, it's down to 10. Spark is definitely getting sold off as people start to, Pulse is just doing terrible. So all the Pulse chain projects are in some issues. And then if you go to the EMP Money site, oops, I gotta not go to Detonator. That is gone now. So they got rid of theirs, but they still do have EMP Money site, DAWs section, and our infinite money generator is still here, but nobody's really playing this game anymore. So you can see they only have. Oh, actually, I wonder if this is done now. I wonder if this is being included. I'll have to ask them. Or if we actually claimed all the money out of it. Now, luckily, I was doing a pretty good claim, and I won the lotto a few times, and this was kind of like an infinite money glitch game if people kept playing it. I'll have to ask them what happened, because the last time I came here, this was still running. But what they're doing. And I didn't know if they were doing it to this one too. Is that if you deposited and earned this much, they're going to give you credit into EMP Fusion for the difference as they shut down those chains. So if you had deposited a certain amount and not taken it out, then when you're going to get SAC points added to your account. And they're in the process of doing that right now. Well, it was supposed to be infinite money in theory, as long as you made money for the liquidity pools from Splinterlands, because the team put a small amount in there and they were not taking it out. But like I said, I literally last week when I checked it, it was still running. So this is the first time I saw that the SPS one was gone. This was the last one that was running. The thing was, I was only earning like 40 cents a day. And with the B&B fee of claiming it, I was only like maybe 20 cents a day. So I wasn't really bothering claiming it most of the time, which was bad. Because there was only maybe like 20,000. Because like the way this was supposed to work is, people are supposed to keep depositing and keep claiming and keep trying to win the lottos. And you're supposed to do a claim only 2 times a week and reinvest 5 days a week. And that's how the protocol can stay healthy. Unfortunately, the guys who were in here didn't play very didn't do that. They just deposited and then claim. And when you do that and then you just keep claiming after the fact, they outpaced the amount of payouts that they could get from the liquidity pools. So yeah, I mean, it's they're redoing these contracts, and they're going to be launching them somewhere else, where they're going to make it so you're not allowed to break it. So you'll only be able to claim twice a week instead of being able to claim every single day. To make it, because it's a game that if everyone followed the rules, it could have lasted forever, but not everyone followed the rules, because basically the infinite money came from, and it's not super infinite, right? But it was theoretically infinite from our liquidity pools. Where is it here? Pools. So they were in this one on B&B earning 11% a year. It was because the idea was you take some of the liquidity and you put it in here, and then you have to put some of the liquidity and put it and keep it in the system, and then you take your payouts, you sell half of them. Oh no, wait, no, they were in this one. I'm sorry, SPS B&B. So this one over here earning 12. So they had some liquidity in here, and then they're earning that 12% a year, and then they were claiming it, and then pairing it back up and putting it back into the pool, but they couldn't outpace the amount of claims that people were coming into that were pushing through on it, and maybe one of the reasons why, and this is some of the stuff that they're learning in their relaunch of these contracts, is that their lotto prizes were a little bit too big. It let people get into a situation where they were like really, really trying to claim too fast. Like, as you can see, I had a max payout of $40,000 even at today's prices. So, and I put in around $11,000 total, pulled out around $10,000 total. So I don't know if anybody besides Tails was a little bit interested in that. But, Spark Swap is still working. Their farms are still here, but everything on Pulse has gone down so much in the recent time because, Pulse changes. Richard Hart has basically disappeared from the crypto world. And even though he was controversial, he had a lot of followers, but I think he's one of the few SEC cases I haven't heard has completely been tossed. So they did recently launch a new thing over here. Did they make a pool for it? Bro. Dial Hex. There's the goat pool. Yeah, I did pretty good with EMP, and I'm still making money with them. Like I said, it's not over because the idea behind EMP Fusion. So this is like basically what this is it's like ownership in the company, And I admit I don't own much of the company at 0.05%, but this money, so they've changed from a hype train to a real yield company. So in theory, and this is kind of a funny little bonus for the chat. Sorry for anybody that rewatches this. You can ignore it if you don't like it. But in theory, eventually, all the EMP gets bought and sacrificed into here. Then there's no more EMP. Then everybody will have a microgrid that's worth a certain amount of SAC points that represents your ownership of the EMP kind of protocol. Then the EMP team and protocol went and launched DexSwap, SparkSwap. SparkSwap didn't work so great. It's over on Pulse Chain. They also have CedoSwap. I forgot about that one because I don't use it. But is this one CedoSwap on the Mana network? Yeah, this is their site on Mana. So they have CedoSwap, SparkSwap, DexSwap. So they launch a bunch of swaps and liquidity pools. And then they earn fees in these liquidity pools just like any other exchange in the world. But all of those fees are fed into rewards for people who own microgrids. Now, because none of their swap sites are super popular right now or on chains that are super popular, they're also running Honor versus Madness. Some of the money made by the Honor versus Madness project is going to come back to people who own these. So in theory, eventually the market turns around. They start making money as a company, the EMP guys. They do it with their other projects. Maybe once DexSwap is fully built out and is a cross-train Dex, they get a decent amount of liquidity in these, and they're able to make lots of fees. I mean, they do have $100,000 in EMP and ETH sitting here. So, there's a couple $100 in fees. What you would like to see is this grow, and instead of seeing like $130 or $150 in fees, start seeing tens of $1,000s of fees across a bunch of different liquidity pools that are getting used in chain trading. Same thing with SparkSwap, right? They have their swapping here, and if you exchange here, they get fees on this site, they get fees on this site, they get fees on an Honor versus Madness. That GG token has fees, and it all comes back to them. And in theory, it all gets paid to people who own these, and it's infinite passive income for me. Now, as you can see, 45 cents a day, a couple dollars a week. It's not much income, but it's still coming in. But we'll have to see if they can, basically, if they keep trying these different projects, right? They've tried making dexes and bridges, and now they were supposed to be part of another team that was doing a part owners of the guys, the layer 1x protocol, but they, I guess, fired them or left them. I don't know. That didn't end up working out. That chain still isn't really live. So they're doing, so instead they made a partnership with Dex Finance. And then they started up the DexSwap, and it's going to be multi-chain. For sure, it's going to have BNB, Polygon, Mana, Pulse, ETH, and something else. I think Arbitrum or something like that. And then hopefully it gets popular. I'll do videos about it when it's out and working and stuff like that. I've already done a couple of videos on how to use DexSwap, and unfortunately it's kind of a small swap right now, so you can't do you don't want to trade BNB for ETH here, because you're not going to get a very good spread. Well, maybe you could do BNB and ETH. This one has 51,000 in it, so that one's okay. You got to be careful with some of these small ones. And look, somebody set up a USDC pool with 25 cents in it, because you can create a pool here. I was thinking about should we create an SPS pool here, guys? That'd be kind of funny, right? talk to AJ about it. He's a big SBS whale, right? If anybody who doesn't know, the reason why I talk about EMP with Splinterland stuff is I lost to who was that? To Porquito. Bummer. If you go to the market and you go to Rebellion, Summoners. No, wait. Summoners. No, just Summoners. There's AJ. The leader of EMP is still a big Splinterlands whale. He has a scholar who plays his account. That's the EMP Warden account. And they usually do pretty good. And he was one of the top buyers in the last set, so we'll see if he still does that again in the next set. I was going to ask him about it, if he's going to go big in the next set, because I just might buy packs off of him, because I think he said I could do that last time when I didn't do it because he was buying them to get to here. So, all right, guys, any last questions before I sign off for the night? It's been a little over, it's 2.5 hours now, basically, so I want to go get ready for bed. I don't even know how many of you are still here. Let's go see what the... hey, first years. Thanks for him, Blazing Blake. Thanks for coming over and checking me out over on the Twitch stream. That was nice of you. On YouTube, it says that... there's still 11 of you hanging out. Most of you are probably just chilling, so... Hey, thanks, Paul. Thanks for that. Thanks for talking through some stuff with me. Yeah, Tails, it was good seeing you, too. I know we haven't talked as much lately. Maybe we can catch up and do a stream together on Parallel if you want to. I need to take a look at it again. Just been too busy, but I know you've been talking about Wayfinder coming out soon. Yeah, well, the one today did. It finally did. I know when I talked to you, I was like, I wasn't sure what I'm going to do, but all of a sudden they told me we could pull possibly like one-of-one cards in packs. Makes you want to open them. Yeah, it is always good hanging out, dude, for sure. If you ever need somebody to fill in as a co-host, Bojangles, let me know. I know Fat Jamie's holding it down now, and it's a bummer to not hear from that other guy. I forgot his name all of a sudden. I'm tired, though, man. It's getting late over here. Late for me as an old man. Hopefully he's doing good. I know we talked about it last time, so hopefully if things turn around and stuff and he still has his assets, he can come take a look at them. So, I need money, guys. So buy my cards that are for sale. Yeah, some of you. I point him out to the whales. Buy Steve's cards. He needs money for land. I do. Like, it was funny. I was like planning on trying to put together like $3,000 or $4,000 to be able to buy stuff when the next set comes out, and now I'm like, maybe I need a little more. Hepthorn. Oh my gosh. See, that's how quickly people forget about you, Hep. You gotta go. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's what happened to Bebe too. He's just really busy. I don't know exactly what he's doing. He hasn't been filling me in, but I know the last few times he joined from his phone because he was so busy he wasn't even at home. So we'll find out. I'll check in with him tomorrow, see if he's around, or see if he ever pings me back tonight. We were talking yesterday. He said he was going to be on tonight, but I didn't want to just not do a show this week, so I decided to just do one by myself. All right, guys. Good night.